It is the Riot Podcast. Hello, everyone. Nikki.
Hi.
Isaiah.
Hello.
Welcome to the podcast.
Good day, everybody.
Yeah. I wanted to just get some greetings in.
That's good.
And acknowledge everyone.
Well, in this podcast today, I think we should start mentioning the Mountain Dew Thrashed Apple that we do a food fight with. That seems to be what has caused the headache as we currently do this podcast.
We're trying to suffer through here, and we mean that this time a little bit. I mean, other people are really suffering, but our suffering is having to taste the Mountain Dew and like deal with all of the ingredients in it.
After effects. Well,
It's a hard day at work.
I know, isn't
Drinking
it?
a Mountain Dew.
Don't tell your friends and family that that's the hard part for today.
I
But
know.
on Monday, we tried the Voodoo Mystery flavor from Mountain Dew, and then this one, Thrashed Apple. The problem is the limited time, like small releases, never get a zero version.
Oh, yeah.
And so normally I drink like zero, so the no sugar stuff. So when we try these flavors, it's nothing but sweetness and sugar.
It's really flavored.
Real sugar.
So it's just we're not used to it.
Yeah, and it's just it feels like it's tearing a hole in your stomach as you
The
drink.
flavors a lot. They're all like, they're not like kind of like slight light flavors. They're all super aggressive
They're
sugary
trying.
flavors.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do like LaCroix taste tests now.
Something
Oh my
lighter,
gosh.
Yeah.
sparkling water.
Yeah, sparkling
Something
water.
that'll be a little
taste
easier on our tummies.
I think that's not a bad idea. So when you're done with the podcast, though, like always, when we have extra stuff, watch it too. That really helps to share that. So if you go to RadioU Riot on Facebook or our YouTube channel, watch our food fight with Mountain Dew Thrashed Apple.
What else do we got?
We also talk about how Geico is making a big appearance in ice cream.
Yeah.
And
I live under a rock.
Yeah, and Nikki lives under a rock because this, honestly, if I said that Geico's commercial goes with this ice cream, I still wouldn't even know what it's talking about because I had no idea that it
But
was
you
a
saw the
Geico commercial.
commercial.
But I've seen the commercial like a trillion times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which obviously is like probably one of the most well-known commercials right now.
Actually, it's a good point. I know that it is for Geico, but I don't remember how they tie it in at all.
I have no
What
idea
it
how they
actually
do.
has to do with Geico. I just know the song and the dance.
Well,
and
there's
stuff.
news about Geico and ice cream.
Yeah.
We go straight from ice cream to dumping blood and
that's in
fluids down the
here.
drains. Yeah, that's in here.
It's fluid.
This is yeah. I don't like that word, fluid.
It's
Yeah.
embalming fluid though, like that.
That
it's
makes it
not
worse?
just blood. I think that's worse than blood going down the drain.
What is embalming fluid?
It's what they.
You don't want to. We don't want to know.
It's what they fill you up with. Like when they take everything out. Like if you die.
when they take your liver out
have
and
a
they
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I know.
it's the same thing.
It's probably a lot like it.
When
Where
they-
did the old Mountain Dew flavors go?
All the preservatives in there and the artificial ingredients, they'll embalm you as well.
I don't want to die.
When they take your liver out or whatever, they put it in the jar, right?
They take it out.
Or if you see
Why are we talking about
This is so in depth.
like
It's in depth.
the vet I used to go to, they had this is out in the country. I guess at some point somebody had brought in a goat that had two heads. And so
Yeah.
they had the goat's two heads in a jar
Oh,
in the vet. And so it was
Saved
filled with
it
that
forever.
fluid to keep it
Well,
preserved.
someone texted this morning when we were talking about the story. They say, like, when you die, you know, they stuff you with stuff. So they put stuffing and the fluid in you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awful.
Listen. If you had to be stuffed with one fluid, what would it be? Mine
Gravy.
Canada Dry.
would be milk.
No. Dude, you would stink up soon
Oh my
after a while.
God. Yeah,
Even
right.
more.
You curdle.
Fill me with milk.
Like, is it spoiled milk?
I already am pretty much like 85% milk.
Yeah.
So
Dude,
it would
just
be
throw
much
me in the
different.
water. Don't do anything else. Just put me in. I don't want to go in a lake. Just throw me in the ocean, and that's it. Call it a day.
We talk about that. We also talk about how Instagram makes people feel self-conscious.
Yeah. Imagine
And,
how
not so
self-conscious they would feel if they had to look at me on there every day.
Oh,
well,
my
that's why
gosh.
you're not on there.
You're not even allowed on there, are you?
Yeah, no. They keep me off.
Too popular. They're begging you.
Yeah.
Well, that's
This has
it.
never happened before.
Well, that's it. That's what we talk
I
about.
thought somebody was going to say something more.
Done.
That's the
Yeah.
end.
All right. Enjoy the podcast today. We hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day.
Catch you next time.
Bye.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
I would say happy Wednesday. It's not the happiest.
Why?
Did you see yesterday Norm MacDonald passed away?
I really liked him.
I know.
He was really funny.
Yeah, it was so sad. It was one of those, it's just one of those weird moments because you think, I'm a huge fan of Norm MacDonald, and you think when you think of somebody you really, you're a huge fan of passing away, you think you're going to be so sad. And like, it is sad that he died, but it's so for certain people when they pass away, and then you get to see all the people's memories and all just everybody just looking back on his life and all the fun stuff that like all the laughs that he gave us.
Yeah.
It is kind of it's a nice collective moment where you can at least be like, yeah, he's gone.
You can appreciate
and it is too
him.
bad, but you get a chance to appreciate all that he did. And
I didn't know
was
he
great.
had such a long battle with cancer. He just
Yeah.
must not have been very vocal about that at all.
Yeah, it's a funny thing to look back on too, because I kind of thought a few times when you would see him doing stuff where he wasn't all in makeup, like wasn't doing a show.
Yeah.
If you looked at him on YouTube or whatever, sometimes he did kind of look a little like, hey, is he
Sometimes
getting,
from the medicine or what he was going through. But you don't know that until after.
Yeah, you have no idea. You just thought, hey, he's getting older. But now you look back, it's like maybe you might have been able to tell. But yeah, for almost a decade, he had, I believe it was pancreatic cancer, and he was dealing with that. And yeah, nobody really knew. And it's crazy that I guess it was a long battle for him, but he never let on to it.
So he passed away yesterday at 61.
Yeah, and he did a lot of stuff. He was never the most famous guy, but a lot of people look back on him now as one of the most influential and one of the funniest comedians that we've had.
Even though I feel like it was like one or the other. Everybody either really loved his style of humor or you didn't like his style of humor.
Yeah, some people just...
We liked his.
You didn't get it, but you would know him even if it doesn't instantly ring a bell.
Yeah.
He did Burt Reynolds on the Saturday Night Live Jeopardy sketch where he was Turd Ferguson. It's a funny name.
It's the best one.
Yeah, that's the best. He was the Weekend Update host for SNL
while.
for a long time. He had his own show. He had a couple of his own shows. One was like a podcast, but one was on Netflix. It was a talk show, but he had the Norm Show. That is like just kind of your straight up sitcom where he was a hockey player that got kicked out of the NHL.
Of course.
So, yep. Gotta love him for that. He was a Canadian.
Yeah.
So, lots to love about Norm.
A very long career, but again, that was shocking for yesterday to see that he did pass away at 61.
Yeah, totally out of the blue.
Store at room temperature? Now that they can do. The Riot RadioU.
First, we need to give you a warning that if you're headed to Llandudno in Wales, don't try to take selfies with the goats.
Well, okay, so first there's goats.
Yes.
I don't know if there's goats every place we go to.
No, there's not. Actually, that's why people are heading to Llandudno.
Oh, it's known for that?
That's a thing that goes on there. Particularly, they say the goats started to roam more freely around the town after the pandemic.
Oh, during the lockdown.
Yeah, during lockdown. But they have been known more frequently to show up in town when the weather gets bad or something like that. I think that's because they generally live more out near the rocks that are along the ocean there.
Oh, it's that type of goats.
Yeah, and so on those rocks, sometimes when the weather gets too bad, they need to get away from the shore, so close to the shore.
I like this picture. It's like this goat's on the window of someone's house. Yeah. It's just like, first off, how'd you get up there?
Right.
Second,
they're great climbers.
What are you supposed to do? Is it bothering them? Is that why you're not allowed to? Or do they like headbutt people? Or...
It's a wild animal, so you don't know. Particularly, they say the problem is...
I need more than that, Hudson, to tell me to not go see the animal. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I know you and your relationship with bears.
I won't be stopped by you telling me it's a wild animal.
Yeah, you have no respect for nature.
No, I don't.
What I think the problem really is actually... in the town, you can still see where they are normally down on the rocks by the ocean. Mm-hmm. And so people will go looking for the goats, and then they see them if they're down out near the ocean, and they're like, oh no, are the goats trapped? And so people want to go try to get them away from there.
Oh, I see.
The Coast Guard in Wales wants you to know that the goats are okay.
I see.
The goats are all right. and you don't have to try to save them from the rocky.
Well, see, that's nice. Everybody's concerned about them, especially probably if you're a tourist coming in.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, the goats are on the rocks. Like, how did they get there? But they're perfectly fine, they said, and you don't need to go saving them. And then, in fact, they have to save you when you try to go save them while they're just fine.
The goats are probably better climbers than you.
Oh,
They got the split hooves so that they can get all over the place, and it's not a big deal for them. So don't worry about the goats.
It also looks like, according to the pictures, again, they like to just lay around and just be in the town and just go see things
so
there.
that you can take pictures of them from a distance, but just don't get
No
too
selfies?
close.
No close enough?
The goats didn't agree to that.
You have to ask permission.
Yeah. Let them, if they need their pictures posted, they'll do it on their own Instagram account.
That must be hard if you live in the town and the goats probably bring tourism in. And, like they're just this animal you kind of have to live with, even though you hate them being around.
Yep.
They're just always there. They seem to be a part of the town.
Yeah, well, I'm seeing the pictures of them out in the streets. And and it just seems like when you have the geese, the Canadian geese that'll show up.
Yeah.
And you cannot get them to cross the street any faster. Sometimes they'll just stand there and
You got to wait.
Yeah, you just got to, or back up.
And you're not supposed to hurt them.
No. Don't hurt the geese.
Or the goats.
Welcome to The Riot, where you listen to us and that's it. It's pretty much a one-way street. The Riot. Radio U.
You ever seen the movie Twins?
Oh, with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's Danny DeVito.
Oh, yeah.
It's from 1988, and they are the whole premise of the film. It's not a very high concept. It's that they're twins that were separated at birth.
Dude, it's not
even
a high
though
concept.
Obviously they don't look like it at all.
It's not a high anything movie, but I remember it's like one of those. My dad watched that a lot growing up, and so I just remember there was a few older movies that he would like, and Twins was one of them.
That was one of them?
Yeah, so I just remember that one.
So maybe you'll be interested then that they are planning on making a new one.
I've heard rumors about that for a few years.
They've been talking about it for years, and it was going to be with Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
And I guess they could never get him to agree to it, maybe. So they finally found the third twin, which I guess would be the triplet.
So wait, is it going to still have Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito in it? And then one more brother?
And then they have one more brother that was separated at birth.
Who's the other brother?
Tracy Morgan.
Oh, no. Do I think that sounds good or not? He could be funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Eddie Murphy could have been a better one.
I feel that. Well, yeah. I think most of us. Although I don't know. At this point in his career, though, Eddie Murphy.
What else is he doing? He did the Coming to America.
I know,
too.
but maybe because he's past his prime.
He's still really funny.
He did Coming to America, and that was actually that was all right for at least half the movie. Yeah, I think. You know what? You get Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito in a movie together. That's good enough for me.
Oh, you
can make anybody. You can make anybody the third triplet. I'll be there. Did you know? This is crazy. I don't know why this made me almost laugh out loud. The first Twins movie. Guess how much it made? How much money it made?
Oh, like box office? You said
and this is in 1988.
So it's an 80s movie. Total? Was it worldwide back then?
Yeah, worldwide. Although I'm sure the U.S. accounted for most of it.
What, like 20 million? Was that like a big deal? Was 20 million big?
Oh, that's. They're very insulted by that.
Am I too low or not?
Oh, you're way too low.
Okay, was it like 100 million?
Well, you're halfway there.
Which way? You just tell me.
It is $216 million.
Twins made that much money in the 80s?
Yes, in the 80s. In theaters. That's not even including, at that time, home video was huge. So it made $216 million in theaters, and then it sold so many VHS tapes, probably.
Oh my gosh, I would never have thought that.
Yeah, so no wonder they're making a sequel. They should have done it earlier.
Yeah,
they should have struck while the iron was hot.
I bet they've worked on that for a while. So it is supposed to be called Triplets. So it would be the next one for twins, and it would have Arnold Schwarzenegger. We'll have Danny DeVito, and we'll have Tracy Morgan.
And it sounds that the director was Ivan Reitman, and it looks like he's going to be also involved in this one as well. It's like the Expendables, but for comedy.
Yeah, actually, I don't think that sounds too bad. Maybe this will work.
Yeah, I think You know, we also, it's a tough time getting comedy movies anymore.
Sure.
So anything that has potential, this has potential. So we'll give it a shot.
So they're saying that it's headed to the Toronto International Film Festival. It's looking for distribution. So it's got to get the support, the money, which streaming service will get it.
What does it feel like to you? Does it feel like Netflix?
I think it feels like Amazon.
Amazon?
I think it does.
Amazon. I feel like maybe Paramount.
Ooh, that could be.
Yeah, Paramount Plus. I think they
I feel like it should be free. So you tell me which streaming service
free
that
with
fits
your
in.
subscription to
No, I meant
Paramount
really
Plus.
free.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Sing it with me. French vanilla, Rocky Road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop. There it is.
Okay. I want to know if anybody else. So this is a commercial that has been around for Geico.
For a while.
I have never seen one thing about this commercial.
It's because you hate football.
It
and you
must
never
be.
watch the NFL.
So I don't see this, but you say you've seen it a lot.
I've seen it so many times, and I kid you not, this Sunday, because they kept playing it during the football games, I was walking around the house singing the French Vanilla Rocky Road song.
The Geico Scoop commercial song? Over and over?
It's catchy.
It is.
It was, hey, Hoop There It Is went number one on the charts in 1993.
So it's an old hip-hop song. And they turned it into this ice cream thing for Geico.
Yes.
So if anybody else is also, text me if you've seen the commercial or text me if you've not seen the commercial.
Let's take a quick poll.
Because I want to know if I'm the only one.
You are the only one.
Because in the article it even says, for those who've been living under a rock.
Yeah.
And I find that offensive.
It's not even like it's the new Geico commercial.
It's an old one?
It's been around at least since last football season. And again, because it occupies so much space in my brain, the Geico commercials, I remember also thinking, seeing this one recently, shouldn't they make a new one by now? Because that's one they've gotten a lot of shelf life out of.
Oh, no, they're ready to keep going.
But then again, when you have a hip-hop duo tag team in a commercial, you got to get everything you can out of that commercial.
So it's French vanilla, Rocky Road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough, chocolate and sprinkles.
Yeah, I don't know when they say chocolate and sprinkles. I think it gets drowned out by the announcer or something.
Abby said, seen it and love it.
Yeah.
and sings it.
This one was a lot of fun. I mean, it's still pretty fun. It's just, you know how Geico commercials are. You see them, they're funny the first 65 times, and then you keep seeing them after that, and they kind of lose their luster.
Well, this is bad because John says I've seen it too many times to count.
Yep.
And Stacy says sprinkles. so far, no one else has not seen it like me.
Well, if you are like all of us and you love the Geico commercial, the good news is they're turning the song into an ice cream, a real ice cream. Yep, that you can actually get. You can't get it at your grocery store, at least not at the moment. But
why would it be that easy?
No, Geico, it's hard to get spots in the freezer aisle.
Is it?
That's highly sought after. If you ever watch an episode of Shark Tank, you would know.
Well, good luck to you guys, because if you want to try to win the ice cream from Geico, you'll have to take part in their Scoop There It Is dance contest.
Yeah, this is going to be a good way for us to go viral on TikTok.
I see you and Isaiah doing this.
I will totally do it. I will absolutely do it. Although, another thing, again, I've seen this commercial so many times. I've had a lot of time to think about it, and I think they are pretty good dancers in the commercial. Yeah. The, what is it? DC the Brain Supreme and Roland Gibson.
So you can upload.
The name of the tag team members.
Didn't even know them.
Yeah, of course.
Winners will be chosen from if you upload between the 17th and Friday, October 1st. So you'll have to do some moves that go along to the song. You upload it to TikTok or Instagram for Geico. And if you tag Geico as well as the hashtag Geico ice cream in the caption, and that's how you can try to win the actual ice cream.
We got to do this.
What? We? What?
You got to do it.
We?
Come on. Nikki, listen, we're a tag team.
We are.
So we got to do this together.
Jesse says, good morning, Riot. Yes, I've seen the commercial. Sadly, very catchy. So everybody else thinks
it's not just catchy, it's a jock jam.
It is. Nicole. That's amazing. It is, totally. Nicole says, I've never seen it. Proud to be living under a rock.
Oh, wow. Nicole hates football, too.
Joe says,
and ice cream.
I've heard the song, but not actually seen, so probably not actually seen the commercial.
Oh, wow.
Beth says, I've seen the commercial.
That is not what I was expecting. I did not think there'd be somebody that would go, I've heard the song
But not?
from 30 years ago. I have not seen the commercial.
Well, maybe they've heard the ice cream song. So again, it's the Geico ice cream song commercial stuff with Tag Team. Now you can try to win that ice cream.
Start working on your Scoop There It Is dance.
Yeah, you work on that. You
But
let
watch
me know
out,
when you
'cause,
want to film something.
Right after the show. Although, should we practice?
I think sometimes the best videos are when you don't practice.
Not rehearsed. Well, we have natural dance moves, so
We don't.
we're gonna get this. We even probably have some ice cream in the refrigerator. We can bust out for it.
It'd be better for us to make our own version of this ice cream.
Yeah. All right. We'll get to work on
Just
that.
in case you don't.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
If I told you that funeral homes were dumping blood,
Oh, stop there. You don't have
No.
to tell me anymore.
that what?
No.
They're dumping blood.
Where
That
they
has to
put
go
it?
somewhere.
Well, where are they putting it?
In the drain,
Like
Just
the normal drain? or
down the sink.
Not like flushing it down the toilet?
Would that make it better?
No, I don't think it would. It's
Would
all
that
the
be?
same.
We're very respectful to
No,
the.
oh, that would be awful too. So they're pouring blood in.
Wait, hold on.
I don't want to imagine.
No, you're setting up a funeral for a loved one, and so the funeral attendant, whatever, they're walking through the process. Like,
Yeah.
yes, it's very respectful. We sew up the body, we put the makeup on it, whatever. We drain the blood out, we flush it down the toilet.
No, you're there and all you hear is the toilet flushing like all the time. You're like, what's going on?
Man, that guy
guess
had a lot of blood.
I don't like to think about that, but so if someone, like, say they have a showing for a funeral and they're there, the body, so like they don't have blood in them at that point. That's all been taken out.
I never really thought about it, but I do believe, and I'm sure maybe somebody is a funeral home director or something listening.
I don't know.
Maybe
That might be.
if you want to text in your thoughts or how it works.
I think that's a very
But
small percentage of people.
I think that they take out all of the organs, right?
Yeah.
And I think they also take out all of the kind of fluids of the body.
But wouldn't that be after like a showing? Because then you would be, you wouldn't be as full.
I think that's no, but that's part of their job with the makeup and
I don't want to think about it. I don't want. So everybody's having problems
the
because
blood comes out of the body. It's got to go somewhere.
they're pouring it down the drain with toxic embalming fluids.
Yes, yeah, not just the blood, but the embalming liquids and other bodily fluids.
Yuck.
Which, hey, the toilet is made for other bodily fluids, so that's
is
fine.
awful. So people in that area, officials say they had no idea that this was a common practice.
And what's crazy is this isn't just one funeral home in Austin. This is several around town, around the area.
Thing?
They say it's common. They say this is normal. Again, if we have a funeral home director listening that wants to chime in,
I don't want to hear. I don't want to.
But apparently, it is a normal thing according to these funeral homes. However, the problem is the city of Austin, Texas, particularly their Texas Commission on Environmental Quality. That's the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality Ordinance.
Yeah.
It's a violation because
they
didn't have written permission to do that. But I don't know if that's a common thing. Why was that not
they
addressed?
say it's considered medical waste, as it should be, and I don't think that
Makes
goes
sense.
down the drain.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. I don't want to know.
You think about
happens, and then magically ends up being your water. I don't want to know. How
people
that
are
works.
worried about nuclear runoff and stuff like that, where who knows what mutations could be caused in animals or man by nuclear runoff. But what about the funeral home? What if we're all being embalmed as we live?
Doesn't it make you feel
By
achy
drinking
just
water?
to hear all this about? I don't want to hear about it.
Oh, my liver feels so preserved.
Hudson, can we not do these stories?
Why not?
Because this is like too real.
It's news.
It's not
It's
nice
important.
news. It's not nice news.
This is information that we need to have.
No. See, that's why, like, here, I used to always get really nervous because if you would flush one of the toilets, the water in the kitchen sink would like go down, so you'd lose pressure. And I was like, well, wait, what are
How
we
is it connected?
Where's everything? And I know it's connected, but I don't want to know how it's connected.
Well, it's the new water going into the toilet.
I know, but there's a lot of
Not
things.
the old water going into the sink.
It's obviously a lot of things that we don't know are going on are happening with water.
This is something you should know. What if it's happening in our town? And wouldn't you want to know so that you could do something about it?
What am I going to do?
Go to a city council meeting.
It was bad enough the first time around, but now it's worse. Don't believe us? Just keep listening. You'll find out soon enough. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
I would say RadioU official on Instagram, but maybe not. Maybe
I was reading some about this.
Yeah, this isn't good. It's a report from the Wall Street Journal, but they're reporting on internal research that has been done by Facebook, who of course owns Instagram. And the internal research basically says Instagram is bad for people.
Yeah.
Particularly, they say it's bad for teenagers, and this is bad timing for this to come out because Facebook, they're talking about launching Instagram for kids.
They are?
So, yeah. Like a
would that
special
maybe not-
Instagram just for children.
So that would probably not have or not allow any advertising because that's not allowed in certain
As if
ways.
that's the only bad part about
well,
Instagram.
I know, but I think that would probably be what they would have to remove from
Yeah.
it. Oh, I didn't know they were doing that.
Yeah, so that they're talking about that, but the report that has come out basically says that for Instagram, it is a powerful tool for social comparison. And that is where somebody judges their own value, attractiveness, and success based on comparisons to others. We're not supposed to do that, guys.
Sure.
But people do it. And
Well, it's hard 'cause
Instagram really kind of almost forces you to.
Well, it'd be nice if you could look at things and be like, oh, look at everybody in all different shapes and sizes and styles and all that stuff. But when, especially with Instagram and yes, Facebook, you too, because you're all the same. It's hard when the advertisements normally are done in one style. So when you never see any comparisons or any differences with those things that are always being pushed at you, that's when you're like, well, wait a minute.
Right.
I'm not good enough for that part.
Yeah, of course, all the influencers and stuff that is going to get pushed at you, all of
That's a
the
style.
sponsored stuff. Yeah, it's going to be kind of a particular set.
So you learn to
subset of
compare
people.
yourself based on what everything else is being pushed at you as.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, Nikki, this is why I'm not on Instagram.
That's why.
I don't want to get on Instagram and people see my body and compare themselves to my body and feel bad about themselves.
You're right. Your long hair. You don't want people to be mad at your style.
It's better off that people just don't compare themselves to me and they live their own lives. I'm just doing my part to make people a little happier.
See, I don't have problems if you just stay in your lane on like social media. Just stay on like if you post a picture, that's great. Sometimes don't look at comments. Don't look at anything else. Don't look at other people's like the For You page or anything like that. That's when you start to feel bad.
Yeah. And it
if
is
you're
kind
just
of
posting something, then you don't.
It is kind of tough because in a way, when you start talking about Instagram and it's like, it's all the attractive people making the unattractive people feel bad. As if, I know there's certainly a lot of people that do this, but people that are attractive, it doesn't mean they can't post pictures or whatever. Sure. It's just it's just how it's kind of engineered, the algorithm and just the way it's set up and the way that some people do go about it and the way advertisers take advantage of it. And there's just a whole lot of factors that go into it's not, they don't have your well-being in mind.
Well, also, remember, the attractive people, they don't really look like that. So
yes, of course.
That's the problem. They have a lot of manipulation when it comes to what's being pushed at you. And I think that's the disappointment we have with social media, that they don't monitor that more so that you could actually really see something that is more truthful instead of doctored stuff.
Yeah, it's a tough thing. At Facebook, like the actual numbers, they say, particularly for teen girls, they say 1 in 3 teen girls has worse body issues because of Instagram. So, but it's like, what, are we just gonna delete Instagram? Like, nobody's gonna do that.
Well,
so how do we
you're
fix
right.
it?
You don't get on there because people can't handle
that. No, that's right. So I'm gonna stay away. But
It's just
you
disappointing.
guys just keep it in mind when you're scrolling through.
Yeah, it's not all as it appears. And it's just
not.
more disappointing that the companies would know what's going on.
Yes, that's the
And
worst part.
That's what everybody's a little bit upset about because they choose not to find ways to help combat that.
Just really think this through for a second. This is internal research from Facebook. They're saying we make body issues worse for 1 in 3 teenage girls. You know what we should do? We should make Instagram for even younger people.
That's how they
Let's start their
respond.
body issues even sooner.
That's
Hooray!
it. You're right. That's how they take that.
Yeah, so
I don't know if that's helping it.
no, absolutely not.
If you're looking for hot takes on the day's most important news stories, you're in the wrong place. You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Yeah, yesterday Apple had its announcements about the new.
Did we ever figure out what it was called? The events that they do?
Their conferences, their Apple thing.
Summit? Is it a summit?
I don't think it's that. But they did talk about, they've mentioned the new iPad stuff. A lot of people were talking about the new Apple Watch stuff. So if you have an Apple Watch, yours is older now and it's small because they have a new sizing for it.
Yeah.
So the Apple Watch Series 7 will come in 2 bigger screen sizes, a 41 and a 45 millimeter one.
Is that big?
Yeah, I mean, it's a slightly tweaked design, they
Can
say.
we convert that to inches? No.
Here, bigger than what's on my wrist.
Oh, well, you don't need any bigger than that.
Well, it could be bigger, but it'd be nicer if it was like it laid flatter, like if it was just
it does look kind of bulky.
It is. It's a little bit taller. So if it wasn't as tall, it'll start at $400 and that'll be available later this fall.
That seems like a lot.
Apple Watches can be expensive.
Yeah, is it too much for you?
Yeah, I still love you, Apple Watch. I don't need it. I say it now, but you know, maybe Christmas.
Well, it's gonna start to seem small and slow pretty soon.
It does.
As soon as you start seeing people with the other one.
And it just depends on if you're saving up for the iPhone 13. That was the bigger announcement yesterday.
And what's so special about that?
Dude, I don't like the whole sexist sort of stuff things, but all I saw yesterday was every announcement was like, it's in pink.
Well, that's good.
I don't know why it was every story had it as the very first thing.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
As a man, I understand what women want, and it's a pink phone.
I don't want a pink phone.
All of the people at Apple got together, and all of the men, and they said, how can we appeal to women more?
That's it.
We need a pink phone.
It's not like Apple was necessarily doing that. It's just every
all the
article
news. Yeah.
felt like my first thing that I would care about was that it was coming in pink.
They were catering the algorithm to you.
That's it.
That was the number one highlight.
So there's going to be a new iPhone 13 and an iPhone 13 mini. So those are the more affordable ones. Mm-hmm. That's $730.
Oh, that's affordable.
Wait till we can go higher. The iPhone 13 will start at $830. That is pre-order on the 17th and available on the 24th.
I always think about this with phones, and it's not that I would never spend that much on it. Mm-hmm. But if there's one thing that you want to spend a lot of money on, you would think it's your phone, because think about how much you use it.
It is.
The more you're going to get so much use out of that $800, $830.
Well, you ready for more now?
Does it get more expensive or better?
The next one would be the iPhone 13 Pro and the Pro Max. So like my phone is a Max. It's the bigger screen.
Yeah.
So the Pro and the Pro Max will look similar. The big upgrade is the screen. And for the new phones, they're saying that its battery life can be improved by up to 2.5 hours.
Okay.
From the 12. If you have under the 12, it could be way better.
Oh, so it already has, your best case scenario is you had 12 hours of battery life on your iPhone?
No, from the iPhone 12.
Oh, I see.
Yep,
yeah, because I was going to say 12 hours doesn't seem that much.
No. You'll have about 2.5 hours more. It starts, so the 13 Pro starts at $1,000. The Pro Max will be $1,100, and it'll have a new terabyte storage.
Well,
and
that's a lot. That's actually a big deal.
Actually, I think my mom needs that. I can't get her to get rid of videos and pictures and storage, even though it's all in the cloud. Like she wants it on the phone.
No,
too.
I totally get it. Somehow, no matter how much space your phone has, you don't have enough space on it.
So those will be available to pre-order starting Friday, and they'll be out also on the 24th.
Well, this is all very exciting.
Yay!
Now, onto the apple that I actually care about.
Not
the
any of
Mountain Dew
that?
apple, no.
But Hudson, it's in pink.
2 is better than 1. Unless we're talking about The Riot. The Riot, RadioU.
It is time to try the Mountain Dew Thrashed Apple.
I feel like there's been a real increase in Mountain Dew food fights recently.
Yes.
There's been a real increase in Mountain Dew and in apple food fights.
That's true. We say that's the fall flavor. It's even more than pumpkin this time.
It's taken over.
Don't hold it for Mountain Dew maybe to do a pumpkin flavor one time.
No. Please, no.
They're too late on that one. They missed their chance.
Well, Isaiah, do you want to introduce this new Mountain Dew flavor to try?
Yeah, this is the Thrashed Apple. So this is pretty exciting because it took us day after day to find, and we finally found it.
And it just depends. It's a Kroger exclusive. You go to some, they have it everywhere. You go to other ones, and it just wasn't there yet.
Yeah.
But we did stumble across it, and now it's time. And I was debating earlier in the show because it doesn't really say, is it going to be like a sour apple? Is it going to be like apple cider? Is it like what kind of apple are we getting into here?
Sure, that's a good question.
Well, we're about to find out.
Ready?
Let's do it. Crack
All
it
right.
open.
Guys, I'm just like, yes, it's more Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Yay!
You know what I learned? I saw a thing the other day.
Oh, and it
It
smells.
smells-
Woo!
Whoa.
Smells like a sour apple to
This-
me.
Oh, wow.
And we tried the mystery flavor
Whoa.
on Monday. That also had an amazing smell. Like this,
Yeah.
they have gone next level with the smell.
Yeah, I don't know if I like this smell. Or at
It-
least based off of the smell, I don't know if it tastes like it smells. I don't know if it's a drink that I want to drink.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of an apple Jolly Rancher sort of thing. Or
Yeah.
Oh,
if you
yeah,
get-
the green apple.
Totally.
Yeah.
If you get the green apple sort of suckers that have the caramel on it, and then that goes away and the suckers left, it's really a smell like that.
Let's see.
Okay, more Mountain Dew.
That's very green apple.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
very.
Very apple cider.
It's
the back part reminds me more of like an apple cider.
You think?
With Mountain Dew.
It does have a little tiny
Yeah.
spice to it. A little bit of a cider.
I do taste that at the back end of it, but the beginning part is pretty.
They say
Pretty
it's
green
a dew.
apple.
They say it's a dew charged with crisp apple. So I think it's a Mountain Dew flavor with crisp apple added to it.
I'm gonna say it really makes me just want to drink apple cider.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't think if I'm seeing this on the shelf and apple cider, and they're probably the same price, even though you only get like a little tiny jug of the apple cider cider is going to be a better investment for you.
It's weird with the apple in it. So it is.
Yeah.
If you just take Mountain Dew, all right, here's a hack. If you don't have a Kroger or one of their stores
Oh,
near you,
no.
Yeah.
just take a Mountain Dew and then pour in some apple cider.
You think?
I don't
think-
think that would taste
I
similar
think
at
it
all.
will.
There's no
If you
way.
take a regular Mountain Dew and just a splash of apple cider.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you'd
don't
absolutely
think
get
the
it.
apple flavor would be powerful enough, but it's something you could try.
The apple cider won't be powerful enough.
I don't think it'll be.
Powerful
No,
enough.
I think the Mountain Dew will drown it out because this is a powerful apple flavor.
It's a crisp.
It's
A very crisp apple flavor.
It's intense. It's intense. It's just as intense as the tree playing the guitar
on the
on the
label.
can.
It's good. I just don't know. Like, would they expect you? Like, we have a 12 pack. Are they thinking we would just slam down a ton of these during
Yeah,
the day?
this is like a one drink max. I think you wouldn't
kinda-
be able to drink all 12.
It hurts you to drink it, doesn't
It
it?
does.
It's like painful.
It does. Your body can only handle so much, and we have had a lot of Mountain Dew.
Do you guys remember? It's an old commercial, but when they would do
But
the
I keep sipping it again.
the Slim Jim commercials, where the Slim Jim you would eat it and then you would like bust out of your stomach. That's what I feel like that. Right
That's how
now.
this is.
Okay, actually, I now know exactly what this tastes like.
What's that?
This tastes like that sparkling cider, the one at New Year's, the non-alcoholic.
Yeah, it's what
sparkling
is that
stuff.
called? Yeah, the sparkling stuff. It does taste just like that.
What
I don't
is
know if
the,
I've had that.
It's called.
It's not. Oh gosh, someone tell me. Sparkling cider. It comes in the bottle.
Yes.
It is Martinelli.
Yeah, Martinelli's. That's what it is.
Huh.
It tastes exactly like that. Like literally exactly like that.
That's Martinelli's in a Mountain Dew can right there. It's a
Wow.
sparkling cider.
Yeah, it does. It does have a little bit of that quality to it. Yeah, I
does.
just accept a lot more sweet and in your face. Yeah, I don't
it is
think
thrashed.
I think we also tried the mystery flavor earlier this week. I definitely think I'm more of a fan of that.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
I like the mystery flavor better too. I thought that was a little better. Even though it was even sweeter than this, I feel like it was even more sugary, but I liked it better.
Well, guys, we have 24 cans.
Yeah.
So get them in the fridge, and someone will need to work hard at this every day to drink through all of them.
Yeah.
The Riot Podcast. RadioU.
All right. Now, Nikki, I don't want you to panic, but in Japan, they are setting out warnings to watch out because one of the United States military bases may be infiltrated by monkeys.
By these wild monkeys?
Yeah, we might have wild monkeys trying to enter our military base in Japan.
So if you've seen in Japan, like the hot springs, and you'll sometimes see pictures of these monkeys always just enjoying, relaxing in the hot springs, it's these monkeys.
Yeah, the macaques.
Yeah.
They have the red faces, and they're very cute, but they're not to be messed with.
Aww.
And so what they're saying I'm not sure if I'm going to say it right, but it's Camp Zama in the Kanagawa Prefecture. And they are warning that the monkeys could easily enter the installation. And apparently they've done it before.
So what do they do when they come in, though? Are you just supposed to get them out?
That seems like that would be...
Are they causing problems?
Like dealing with a barrel of monkeys. It would just be not easy.
Are they eating the food? Are they taking the weapons? What are they doing?
Yeah, well, that would be bad. That I didn't even think about that, but yeah, the monkeys, they get some of the stuff in the military base gets into the wrong hands.
That's right.
And we're not talking about like evildoers. We're just talking about monkeys. Who knows the havoc they could cause? There's no reasoning with a monkey.
Yeah, you can't just tell them to stop.
There's no diplomatic resolution. Or maybe you just trade them for a banana or something.
Basically, they're just, first off, they're more than just that, is what they would tell you.
Oh, yeah,
they're
it's
more
not
than
just about the bananas. Well, they're in Japan. It's probably not even bananas.
More than that.
Yeah, they probably eat something else entirely.
They're more worried about property damage is basically the biggest thing they're worried about.
Yeah, so they say do not try to approach, feed, or even make eye contact with the monkeys.
Well,
Yeah,
then
I don't know if that sets them off or what.
Well, yeah, certain animals, if you make eye contact, it's like with bears, because that's all I know.
Yeah.
So like some bears, they say, okay, look at them and like try to scare them. Other bears, they're like, don't you dare make eye contact. They'll kill you like in a moment.
Oh, no, that's confusing
So
messaging.
it is.
How are you supposed to know which bear is which in the moment?
Well, you'll find out.
Yeah, if they start
quickly.
attacking you.
You make eye contact real quick and then lower your eyes.
Yeah.
But with some animals, that means that you are wanting to be dominant, like you're the one and you could fight with them.
Yeah, so they do say that the monkeys usually will move on and they don't like to interact with humans, so they're probably just going to leave the area quickly as long as they don't get disturbed or find their way into the base. So they're trying to avoid that. They say for the people living there also really make sure that their kids don't mess with the monkeys. That would be, again, probably bad. I don't know what the monkeys would do, but...
All we have is geese here. Why don't we have anything try to get into our building?
Yeah, why can't monkeys try to attack us?
Gosh, everybody has all the fun stuff.
I know. We're gonna have to move somewhere where there's more interesting animals to bother us.
Here, we moved them out a long time ago. That's why only geese remain.
We've established our dominance in this area.
Everything else is gone.
Except for the geese. They know they're running the real show here.
That's enough of that. For more Riot content, head to riot.radiou.com.